What's up, guys? Anthony with the Real American Outdoors, and I'm just going to do a really quick video of an alternate way of putting on your mower deck onto your Case 4 Series tractor. This also can be good for your 2 Series 1970s, early 80s Case and Ingersoll tractors. So anything with the snap fast pin setup, which are these guys right here, that go right into your mounting bracket. So the easiest way to do this is just to drive over, but if you're having trouble with driving it over and the deck just keeps moving, especially if you're on gravel or concrete, or you just don't want to drive over it, this is an alternate way. This is the way I do it. There are multiple ways to do it. If you got a better way to do it, put it in the comment section below. But if you have an even better way of doing it, make your own video. So would love to see it. All right, guys, let's get to it. The first thing I like to do is I like to remove these cotter pins here on both sides and remove this pin in here. Keep it off to the side. And then you can remove your deck after you remove your tensioner. So I'll show you how to do that here. All right, guys, so when you're removing your tensioner, you just want to do it lefty-loosey. It'll come out. You'll see it's threaded into this barrel piece of metal here, which is very important, so do not lose that. Right off with the whole assembly. All right, guys, so now that you've got a whole lot more working room here now, after you turn the front wheel to the right, now we can slide the mower deck underneath. You kind of got to shimmy it back and forth. And there you go. So now it's lined up and we can put our mounting bracket back together. All right, guys, now that you have the mower deck underneath the tractor pretty much centered, we're going to put the mounting bracket and everything back together here that we took off. So starting off with it, just make sure you have all your pieces. All right, so you guys see the tensioner spring. So just make sure it's connected. Before putting everything back together, it's just easier. All right, first things first is this guy. It's really important. It goes in this hole right here. And just make sure the threaded part is facing out. We'll take your pin, we'll start feeding it in here. Push it through that cylinder. And it will come out the other side. Just like that. We want to get your mounting bracket up here. Sometimes it's easier to get your tensioner rod in there and start threading it in a little bit, just like that. Take your pin, line it up, put it in, push it a little farther in to the other side so you can mount up both sides. We are good. Get your cotter pins back on, as so. And you can see here, my screen kind of popped out. All right, guys, now it's time to get the mounting bracket mounted to the tractor. So I like to put a couple 2x4s underneath the deck on both sides just to get myself a little bit of leverage. We have to get these notches right here, you'll see, into these mounting bolts. So that's almost there, especially with the leverage we're getting. Then once those are kind of wrapped around the mounting bolts, the snap fast pins will drop right in. So with that leverage, I'm able to just slide those notches right around the mounting bolts. I'll take the snap fast pins, just go right them up there. Good on that side, and we're good on that side. All right, guys, now that the mounting bracket is installed in the front, we have to install the lift arm. So mine I kind of keep on my tractor, at least on this side, when my mower deck's not attached. So there's a cotter pin. pull that out. Just lift up the mower a little bit. Play around with it. And make sure you just get your cotter pin in. Go around to the other side, do the same thing. So this is your main lift arm. I'm gonna want to put my bolt I have here. So whatever you got, just make sure the bolt doesn't back out or you won't be able to lift your mower deck up. All right guys, now your mower deck is mounted. It is time to get the belt on. So if you are looking for a belt, Case kind of had its own belt, like width-wise. This is the part number here, a C23359. Make sure you get the proper Case belt. There's a guy named Bill on Facebook who is owner of Barneveld Implements. Make sure you give him a call and he will hook you up with exactly what you need. If you just go to Tractor Supply and just get a mower deck belt, it might work for a little bit, but you are going to be sorry and you're just going to plow through belts. So let's get her on. So this is the fun part. I will put a link in the description below of the owner's manual for this mower deck, and it'll show you how to get the belt on. So pretty much I'm going to go in from top down, and you have to go in front of the cooling fan, which is right in front of this pulley here. So it's going to be a little hard to see the video, but you kind of just got to feed it down and go in front of the fan just so it will sit on this pulley right here. So after you kind of get around the fan, go ahead and engage your PTO so you can put it right down in there and just pull it down. All right, guys, as you can see now, so I have it pulled down here. This is the fan I was telling you about. You just got to go in front of it, in between that and the radiators. So you want to go underneath these pulleys here because we want to get to this back pulley. See if we can do this with one. All right, let's see if we can do this with one hand. There we go. Now that we got it fed down, make sure it is still on your pulley here, the belt, up on your PTO. So I go around the deck pulley first, and then you'll notice we're not around these two other pulleys. And we got some tension here. I'm able to get it on one of the pulleys, but we're not able to get it on the tensioner pulley. The tensioner pulley is the one with the spring. So what we're going to do, we're going to release that tension, which will be turning to the right with our key. I know it doesn't make sense, but you're lifting that pulley up. So the belt, it will be on there. It will be loose, and we'll adjust it. So I'm tightening it pretty good here. Let's take a look. You'll see the tensioner pulley here. Now I'm able to just slip this belt right on that pulley. So now I'm going to start going left with my adjusting key, and you'll see it start to tighten up here. And you'll see the spring get a little tighter. Alright guys, so the last thing that you need to do is adjust your belt tension. So once you have the belt on, this is how you're going to adjust your belt tension. What you're going to need is a nickel. So go back to the springs here. You see your coil spring right here. So you're going to need to adjust the belt tension where this nickel can fit in between the coils. That is it. So you want to get the tractor at cutting height. So don't put it in transport mode. Drop the deck. And we're going to start tightening it. So remember, like what I said before, to tighten it, you got to go left. So you see I'm already got a little bit of tension on it right there. That might be plenty. Almost. Go a little bit more. Almost. Last time. just gets this. We'll just go a tad more. That is it. So I'm happy with that. Nickel fits right in between there. Because if you go any tighter, you are going to shred your belt, trust me. So just do it right the first time. Keep a nickel in your little storage compartment back here with other various tools, and your mower is ready to go for the season. All right, guys, thank you for watching. If you guys like anything Fishing Tractors Auto 2A or Freedom, please give us a subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and if you are interested in tournament fishing, check out the American Fishing Challenge. You can fish from anywhere in the country for a good amount of money. So thank you guys, and we'll catch you next time.